In this video, we're going to be talking about MLW, AEW, and WWE. Tons of big news. Timestamps in the description down below. Let's kick things off with MLW. Obviously, MLW has a pretty stacked roster, but now we know of two official departures. Danny Limelight and Casey Navarro are gone from the company. Now, this is a very interesting situation because if you know anything about Danny Limelight, the reason why he was able to go to MLW was because of his relationship kind of getting sour with AEW during the pandemic era of AEW. And I found that to be very interesting because if you look at AEW in 2022, it is clearly a different product from then. So Danny Limelight went to MLW, and then as time went on, it looked like there was also some more trouble there. Now, as far as Casey Navarro goes, there hasn't really been anything talked about as far as drama or any issues. However, Casey Navarro requested his release from MLW, and it appears that the release has been made official, at least according to Casey Navarro's Twitter. So Casey Navarro, Danny Limelight, two pretty solid free agents. You have to wonder if WWE or AEW could be interested here, especially with Triple H kind of changing up NXT. It might be a possibility, and it's not completely out of the realm. The idea is that WWE NXT is going to be a hybrid of 2.0 and black and gold. It's going to have an emphasis on wrestling and characters and storylines, just like Raw and Smackdown. So if WWE wants to make the play, Casey Navarro and Danny Limelight both could be good options there, but you also have to wonder what could AEW's interest be, because obviously Ring of Honor is a big commitment for Tony Khan, and obviously as they try to get that TV deal all situated, you're going to need a roster. So if you're Tony Khan, you could be looking at two of these signings and realize there is some serious potential there, and I think that is a very big deal. Speaking of AEW, one thing that is completely a big deal, but nobody's talking about it due to the drama, is Pac making history. So for the entire duration of this company existing, there has not been a situation in which a person has held two championship belts. And obviously, with all of the talk from the AEW media all-out scrums, a lot of people didn't realize this. A lot of people haven't been talking about this. This is why the negative drama surrounding the AEW fight between the Elite and CM Punk has caused such an issue, because it's taking away attention from other wrestlers. However, just a cool little fun fact, Pac is actually the first ever double champion in AEW history. Now, that is really awesome considering that Neville wasn't a big deal in WWE. Yes, maybe a Cruiserweight Championship run. Yes, maybe a great run in NXT. Yes, maybe could have been way more and better presented. Yes, of course, we can all agree on these things. But one thing that AEW has done is really made Pac feel somewhat important to the show. The first ever All-Atlantic champion and now Trios champion. Of course, this is one of those things that is exciting because of the fact that it's in the history books. Now, regardless of whatever happens to Pac, if he ever leaves the company one day, no matter what, you cannot change history. First ever double champion. Hopefully this is not something that becomes too repetitive, but yet at the same time too, very cool. I also want to point out when it comes to Pac, he is holding the Trios Championship belt with Death Triangle, but it appears that they could be setting up a storyline between Pac and Orange Cassidy for the All-Atlantic Championship. Kind of makes you wonder if perhaps Tony Khan is looking at getting one of the belts off of him. It's only fair for me to say this and mention it, but as of right now, technically, yes, Pac has made history. I want to change our focus to WWE. Paul Heyman has been pulled from WWE television. Very interesting because we know that Paul Heyman has been attending these events. We know that the plan has been for Paul Heyman to be involved in WWE and attend these events or whatever. WWE officials have reportedly kept him off of TV for the time being. And it's a very interesting thing because according to the Wrestling Observer, it appears that WWE will not bring Paul Heyman back to TV unless there is a dynamic return planned. I don't know what the hell a dynamic return plan means, but truth be told, I think if you're trying to structure the bloodline and you're trying to do all of these different things and tell great stories, Paul Heyman is part of that, especially with Sami Zayn kind of being the wild card, and then you got the Usos, and then of course Solo Sikoa. The bloodline needs to be at its maximum in order for it to be a very good storyline going forward, because we have reached a point in WWE where fans are starting to feel a little bit tired of this long championship reign. So the idea that WWE is going to keep Paul Heyman off TV is actually a little bit of a head scratcher for me. I think Paul Heyman is great, even if he's, just in the segment and holding the belt or whatever it may be. It's the little things. But definitely interesting to me to see that WWE has made the decision to keep him away from television. Also, you might want to remember that he is part of the WWE Extreme Rules 2022 advertisement promo commercial because it's going to be in Philly. So just something to kind of keep in mind. And for our final story of the day, because we're talking about the Bloodline, WWE has plans for Solo Sikoa to make his huge debut on Smackdown tonight, September 9th, 2022. Guys, I don't know why I keep thinking it's August. Time flies when you're having fun. I keep saying August every video. September 9th, 2022, WWE reportedly has plans for Solo Sikoa to make his debut, and his first match goes against Drew McIntyre. This came from PW Insider. The plan is for the show. The plan for this show is to main event this episode with a debut and Drew McIntyre. And quite honestly, I feel like after Drew McIntyre's loss at WWE Clash at the Castle, you don't want to see this guy lose. But also WWE here is booking Solo Sikoa in a debut match against arguably one of the top WWE stars. It would be massive for Solo Sikoa to get the win. So I'm kind of scratching my head here. I don't know what to anticipate. I feel like WWE and AEW have gotten to the point where sometimes they are booking matches that kind of put themselves in a corner, and I don't like it. If Solo Sikoa wins, it is absolutely great for Solo Sikoa. If he loses, it is absolutely a bad look for him as well as the Bloodline. I'm assuming that it's going to get shaky here. I'm assuming the Usos, maybe Sami Zayn, will attack Drew McIntyre. I'm not sure. But Solo Sikoa is finally making his huge singles debut in WWE. WWE was reportedly very high on Solo Sikoa from the minute he joined the company. Then he went to NXT. Now he has joined the Bloodline, made a massive debut appearance, but now we get to see the match. And this is just a very cool little fact. WWE having Solo Sikoa as the third brother of the Usos, it adds way more to the story and to the Bloodline. So super excited. WWE planning big debuts. We know that they still have a couple more returns planned. I'll keep providing you guys updates as time goes on. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and ring that bell. And if you guys are new here, make sure you click that subscribe button for real. Like we might even hit 50,000 subscribers this month at this rate. So if you guys haven't done that, make sure you guys do that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.